This is Dr.S.Brintha Rajakumari, belongs to Computer Science Department, Faculty of Arts and Science, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. In this video, I'm going to give an introduction about object-oriented programming concepts and forms. So, this lecture, we are going to see about class, object, inheritance, interface, abstraction, constructor, descriptor, PHP forms, and get method and post method. So what is OOPS? OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming. And first, you should know the difference between procedural programming and object oriented programming. So procedural programming is about writing procedure function that perform operation on data. Object-oriented programming, creating objects that contain both data and function. So when compared to procedure or procedural programming, object-oriented programming, it has a lot of advantages. So one is faster and easier to execute. So we can easily run, easy to execute object-oriented programming. It provides a clear structure for the programs. You can easily understand the concept, and it's all in clear manner. Okay. Then the third one is OOPS makes the code easier to maintain, modify, and debug. Okay. So we can easily maintain, and whatever you want, you can easily modify, and you can correct the code. And it makes it possible to create full reusable applications. Once you have developed means you can reuse the same application with lesser code and shorter development. You can use in some other application. Classes and object. They are the two main aspects of object-oriented programming. Class nothing but template for object, and object is an instance of a class. See the example diagram. From the diagram, you can easily understand what do you mean by class and what do you mean by object. Class, for example, fruits. We take fruits. Okay, fruits is a common name used for all the fruits, right? Okay. So, and the objects are nothing but see, apple, banana, mango, all are comes under fruits category. So from this diagram, I can easily understand about what do you mean by class, what do you mean by object. The objects inherit all the properties and behavior from the class. Next, see about how to create a class in PHP. So to create a class in PHP, you should use the keyword class to define a class. So the rules are, so it should start with your letter, class name, okay? It starts with your letter. It cannot be a reserved word. So, and it cannot contain space. So class name, so class followed by class name. So this is the way. What is class? Is an entity that determines how an object will behave and what the object will contain. Okay, describe about that. And you see the class declaration, example class declaration. So inside the script code, less than question mark PHP, this is the starting tag of PHP script file. And question mark greater than is the ending tag of PHP script file. So class followed by class. It can give any name, right? So except keywords. Okay, we have seen the rules now, right? So except that, okay? So class followed by class name. Okay, so this is the way to declare and define, right? Okay, so declare the class. Okay, inside you can give n number of properties and methods, right? So the declaration, so class followed by class name. So inside, so you can give the class properties and methods. Next, what do you mean by object? Objects is an instance of a class. The objects are known as what? Is an instance. Okay. It's performed a set of related activities. See the activities, the object. Okay. So to see the content of the class or the structured information, if you want to know, means use var term function. Okay. So which display, okay, the structured information about one or more variables. In the object, okay, how can you create the object? See the keyword, okay, the new keyword used. Okay, so with the help of new keyword, okay, so see this is the format, right? Object is equal to new, then you should give the class, right? Okay, so this is the way to create an object, right? So you know about var_dem, okay, var_dem per function, okay, so which display the structured information about one or more variables. Example of class and object. See the example. In this example, we have how many? Okay, see we have properties and methods. Okay, this is the property. Okay, and this is the one. Okay, it contains one property and one method. Right. Okay. So what is this? This is the variable. Okay, and the variable modifier. Okay, see here variable before what keyword used to be private. Okay, so this is the access modifier. Okay, so it's a private variable, right? Okay, so we cannot access, right? Okay, from outside of the class. Okay, so actually this is the private. We can use within the class, right? And what is the value of the variable? Hello is the value of the variable. And see the method public function name, right? Okay, so public is what the access modifier followed by the keyword function and then followed by the method name display. It contains only one statement, okay, which display the value of the variable. So that's all about class declaration. After the class declaration, so we defined an object. Okay, so it is the object. So object is equal to new. Okay, so you know that it is a keyword. Okay, so it what it means. Okay, so this is a keyword. It we have created one object and see the word after the new keyword. Okay, so what it is? So this is the class. Okay, we have created one object for a class demo. And next line invoked the method with the help of an object. You see the object with the help of the object invoked the method, display method. So after the execution of this code, we will get the message hello. So far we have discussed classes and object class, what do you mean by class, what do you mean by object. Next concept is inheritance. So inheritance is one of the important properties, okay, of object-oriented programming. So with the help of the concept, okay, the derived class access the base class properties and methods, right? So it inherits the properties of base class, right? Okay. So class which is immediately derived from the base class is called as derived class, okay, right? So base class, derived class, okay. The PHP supports a single inheritance. Single inheritance means one base class and one derived class. Derived class inherit the properties of the base class. With the example, see how can you create it. Okay, so see the creation of derived class. Okay, so the keyword. Okay, what keyword used? Extend keyword used, right? So in this example, okay, so the class name is B. Okay, so A is a base class. Okay, what about B? B is the derived class. Okay, see the keyword, see the word after the class name B. Okay, the class B is extended. Okay, means inherited. Okay, inherited from the base class A. So both classes contain one method, function 1 and function 2 respectively, right? And after the class and the derived class creation, we have object, created an object for the derived class. See the last two lines, object is equal to new b of, which means created object for the derived class and invoked the base class function, right? So fun one is inside of the base class, right? We invoked the base class function, okay, after the execution, because we need not we didn't create object for the base class because the derived class is derived classes of inherit all the properties. So no need to create object for base class. So with the help of derived class object, we can access the method of base class. Next concept is interface. Okay, it is similar to the class, except it cannot contain code, which means only declaration available. The definitions are outside of the declaration, right? Okay, so interface. Okay, both are means it's similar to class. Okay, so instead of class keyword, so you should use interface keyword for interface, right? So it defines method name and argument, but not the contents of the method. So a class implement multiple interfaces and declare using the interface keyword. See the example of interface. Now look at the code. Inside the PHP, we have two interfaces. What are the interfaces? Interface A and interface. We have two interfaces, right? Okay, and each interface, okay, contains one method, right? Okay, so dist1 and dist2, okay, methods, right? Then see here, only the method declaration only available. There is no definition inside, right? Okay, where we have to write the code, okay. See outside of the interface, this is the declaration part, right? So see the keyword implement used after the class name, right? So the interface methods, okay, the methods are defined inside of the demo class. See here, class demo, okay, which is inherited, okay, which is inherit the method, okay. So implements, so A comma B. Okay, the interfaces, two interfaces we have given in the example. So the both the interface names are added here, A comma B. See the demo class, inside demo class we have two functions, display one and display two methods inside, right? So that's all about the declaration part. See the creation of object. So see created object for the class, not for interface, right? Okay, create side object for class, then called invoked the methods. Okay, display this one method and this two method. Next concept, abstract class. It mix the both concept interface and as well as class, right? So see the abstract. So what I have to do is like a class declaration. So the abstract class, okay, abstract keyword is used for abstract class, okay. So before the class keyword, you should add the keyword abstract, okay. Abstract followed by class keyword, then the abstract class name, okay. So inside you can add the methods and also add all the methods. Then see here the keyword. What keyword you used for abstract class name followed by extend keywords. Okay, right? Extend keyword used for abstract class followed by the name of the abstract class. Okay, so inside here add all the class methods. See the example of abstract class. Okay, this is the example, right? So the abstract class contains two abstract methods, right? So the keyword used before that access modifier and the class name. See, abstract class followed by class name. Okay, in this example, A is a what class abstract class. Okay, inside how many abstract methods available? Two methods. Okay, display one, display two methods available. And next, the class B is defined. See the class B, so it extends B. Right, the abstract methods are defined inside of this function and created object for the class and invoked. Now see the difference between abstract class and interfaces. So what about abstract class? It comes under partial abstraction. It comes under full abstraction. So the keywords, okay, for abstract class, you use the keyword abstract, and for interface, you used the keyword interface, and the keyword extend keyword. Okay, we can access the abstract class features from the derived class. To access the feature, how can you access the interface? Okay, so here, so you should use what the implement keyword. Okay, we can get interface from derived class. Then the abstract class support multiple does not support multiple inheritance, but the interface support multiple inheritance. And we cannot create the variable for interface, but we can create variable for the abstract class. Next one is constructor. So constructor is important topic, and it's very useful. So when you create an object, it automatically invoke the method. Okay, so the constructor name is similar to the class name, or you can use underscore construct in PHP. So it's a main, what is the main advantage of this constructor is you need not separately invoke. Okay, so it automatically, when you create it, automatically initialize. Okay, so it automatically initializes all the variables. So it's suitable for any initialization response that is suitable for any initialization. The object may need before it is used. The constructor using underscore construct are same name as class. So the parent constructor, suppose if you are having more than one classes, right? Okay. So how can you invoke the parent class constructor? With the help of the keyword parent followed by scope resolution operator, you can access the invoke the parent class constructor. Parent scope resolution operator underscore constructor of. See the example for constructor. See the example of the constructor. So what it contains, what is the name of the class? Name of the class is example. So it has the constructor. See the declaration part. See public function underscore construct open and close pattern. This is inside we have only one statement. And we invoked the constructor. So we have created, we didn't invoke, we have created to automatically invoke the constructor. And the destructor method, so it's very important. So it removes all the references. Okay. So the destructor method we call as soon as all the references to the particular objects are removed, or when the object is explicitly destroyed in any order. So if when you call the destructor, it automatically remove all the references. The keyword, the underscore destruct function keyword is used. See the example for constructor and destructor. In the example, we have one base class. Base class name is demo. There's only one see the function. Okay, see the function name and the class name both are same, right? Okay, so function name and the class name. Okay, yes, this is also a constructor, right? Okay, this is also a constructor. Yes, you can give the same name as class name, right? So it's a constructor, and this is the first class declaration part. And now look at the second class we have. This is what demo one is the derived class. Okay, so the demo one is extended from demo class. So demo is a base class and demo one is a derived class. And look at the methods inside of demo one. So inside of demo one we have two methods. One is constructor, another one is destructor. Two methods inside of the demo one class. See the demo one class. See the statement of constructor. Okay. So see here. So echo parent scope resolution operator demo of. What it means? So actually the parent scope resolution operator is used to invoke the member. Okay, which class member? Parent class member, right? So the demo is what name of the constructor. Okay, parent scope resolution operator followed by the constructor name. So the constructor is invoked. So it display the constructor 1 and constructor 2. And the destructor automatically it removes all the references, and finally it displays the message destroy. So see here, there is no invoke, there is no, see here only we have created object, we didn't invoke, right? So it automatically invoke the constructor and call the methods which is inside the base class. Next concept. So far we have discussed about object-oriented programming concept. We have discussed about we have seen example for class, object, inheritance, interfaces, abstract classes, constructor and destructor. Next, we are going to discuss about what is form. Why do we need form? So it is very, very important. Nowadays, we are all using website, okay? So to give user information, right? So website need all the information, means name, username, password, like that, the information, to get the information from the user. So to design website, you should know the concept of web technology. So you should know the concept of HTML. So the basic syntax used to create, the basic syntax form tags is used to create form, and also you should know about the elements. So what are all the items? The input box, checkbox, radio box, okay, radio buttons. These and all you should know about. You should know the tag. Okay? So that if you know, you can easily create the form. Next diagram. This is the diagram represent form handling process. How the forms are handled by the server. See here the form. So the login form contains the form tag and the action. It set the attributes of form tag. See the form tag, it has two variable, one is action, another one is method. Two variables it has. The action goes to server.php file and it use the post method. There are two important methods available. One is get method, another one is post method. Two important methods available. Actually, in this example, I used post method. The form, actually this is the first part for creating a login form. It is the form data submitted to the server. If first design, then submitted to the server. Okay? So the post and get, the dollar underscore post, dollar underscore get, these two are global variables. Okay, the server global variables. Okay, post method use, okay, post global variables and get global variables also used. Okay? The informations are submitted to the server. So it authenticate you the user and store all the information into the database. And data processed on the server page. So what and all you need to create a form. So to first you should open and close a form. Okay, so for form and a slash form tag we should use. Then submission type we should give, okay, post or get. Okay, then input fields, what are the fields you are here to design the web form. Okay, boxes, text, area, button, and check boxes. Then this is the simple registration form. See the simple registration form. It's a HTML file. Okay, so HTML program. So it contains the head tag and body tag of all the form elements and the area and the web document contents all are given within the body tag. So see the first line of the body, H2, the header, okay, the display registration form, and see the form form tag, it has two argument. One is two attributes. One is action. Another one is method. The action after execution of this HTML, the action goes to registration form .php file. And what method? Okay, post method use. Okay, what is the difference between get method and post method? Okay, so post method will not display the value in the URL. Okay, it hide the value, right? So get method display the values in the URL. See the example here we have two text boxes and submit button used. See the pictorial representation. See the output when you run, you will get this form, okay, registration form. So and the labels are first name and last name, and input boxes, these two input boxes used, and submit button used. Okay, this is the output. When you run the code, you will get this output. So get method, first to see about get method. There are two important methods. One is post method, another one is get method. This is a built-in PHP super global array variable used to get values submitted via HTTP get method. Okay, so the variable is a get variable name, and see the syntax. This is the syntax. Okay, here it can specify the variable name and there retrieve the value. And see the get method. This the data is sent as URL parameter. See, for example, see this is the URL. See the website the name. Okay, so http://www.example.com action.php. This is the file. Okay, right. So this is the file, and these are all the arguments passed. Okay, see the argument these two are the parameter, and these two are the John and 24 are values of the parameter, right? Okay, so name and age, right? So both, and see here two parameter passed. So the parameters are concatenated, okay, with the help of the character, okay, ampersand, okay, with okay, it is concatenating. Actually, see the symbol concatenate these two parameters. The bold part of the URL are get parameter, and italic part are the values of the parameter. Okay, this is the get parameter, right? See the example. So what it means, what is the output when you execute this code? See the code. See the PHP script. Actually, the script is given within the PHP tag, right? And see the remaining and all HTML code. Okay, so the form. Okay, the form also contain PHP code. You see, the action goes to the same page only, right? Okay, action goes to the same page. See the get method used. Okay, so it is so the values are displayed in the URL. Okay, URL itself we can see the value, the values of the variable, right? See here only one input box is okay, used for name, and one submit button. Okay, so when you run this code, it will send the value, right? Okay, value is visible in the URL. See the pictorial representation. See the example, one more example. So form action is equal to registration form dot php. Method is equal to get. So see here what method used? Get method used. When you use get method in the address bar, okay, so this is the browser address bar. In the browser address bar, we can easily see the value of the parameter. Yes, see here first name is equal to, so what are all the input we have? First name and last name. See first name is equal to Smith, ampersand. What is the use of ampersand? It concatenate all the parameters, right? Okay, first name is equal to Smith and last name is equal to John, and form is submitted, right? Okay, so see the values are visible, right? Okay, the submission URL source form values. And the next one is post method. The data is sent to the server as a package in a separate communication with the processing script. Post method, the values are not visible. Okay, it won't allow, so it won't display. It won't. The values are not visible in the URL when you use the post method. So always use the post method. Okay, don't. So it's a say secureable one. So always use the post method when you design the website. See the syntax for post. So this is the post and the variable a name you can give. See the example for post method like get method. So here instead of get, here I have used post. So the global variable retrieve value of the value of name variable. Actually, see here is set function user. Set function is if there is a global variable, post global variable, it retrieve the value. If it is set means it display, right? Okay, it display hi the name. What you have, what name you typed, okay, it display, right? In this same page only it display. See here, see the variable dollar server and within square bracket have given PHP self means the page itself it will display the answer, right? And see the picture, see the example for post method form submission. See the method name. What is the method? Okay, instead of get here given post. That's it. There is no difference between the previous example and the this one, right? So only the I only changed the method name, right? Okay, so here used post method, right? See the URL, the submission URL does not show form values. Okay, there is no value when you submit this form. Okay, right? Action goes to where registration form dot php, right? So when you submit this form, this is the only form details only available in this page, right? Okay, when you submit this form, right, the action goes to where, which file, registration underscore php file, but there is no values. Okay, there is the values are not visible, right? Okay, so the submission URL does not show form values when you use post method. Okay, so this is a curable one. Always use post method when you design web site. Next, see the difference between post and get method. So the first it is very important difference. Values not visible in the URL for post, right? But values are visible in the URL when you use the get. And it has not limitation of the length of the values, but it has a limitation. It allows only 255 characters. And the performance when compared to get, okay, so it gives lower performance, but the get method gives higher performance than the post method. And the post method support different data types such as string, numeric, binary, right? And the get method supports string data types. And the result cannot be bookmarked for post method. It can be bookmarked in when you use the get method. Okay, so far we have discussed about object-oriented programming concept and form concept in PHP. Thank you very much.